G'day there, Guardians. It's that time again where we go through the 12 tier vendor roles that are available for this week. As usual, you can find the timestamps for each vendor in the description below. If you'd like to cut directly to a particular vendor, then you can do so by clicking on the timestamp in the description. We're going to start with Tyra Karn, the Cryptarch in the Iron Temple, with the artifacts that she's brought with her this week, and we have the Memory of Scory at a 102 strength only roll. It's pretty low. It's not a great roll in terms of 12 tiers, but if you don't have the Memory of Scory, then I'd recommend picking this one up. If you have it already, then I'd give it a miss. Memory of Radagast is a 114 roll, Intellect strength, again quite low, much higher than the Scory, but still quite low. You're looking for around a 120-ish on anything other than Intellect Discipline, and then if you've got Intellect Discipline, you're really looking for something pushing 130s and above. But if you don't have the Radagast, again, the same applies for all three of these. If you don't have the Radagast, this one can give you the ability to reflect using a sword, energy-based projectiles, including rockets, all that sort of stuff, Nova Bombs, whatever. And you can bounce that back. You can also carry an increase in sword ammo. And the Memory of Galleon finally is a Discipline Strength 112 roll, so again quite low. This one gives you a detailed radar, and it also gives you third eye when you're aiming down sights with primary weapons. Again, I wouldn't pick this one up unless you absolutely need it, because it's not a very good roll. This week, Cade's got, for the Hunters, this helmet down here, the KD Bogatyr 2.0. It is a 107 roll, 4 points down from max stat. Max is 111, it's an Intellect Discipline roll. It's a pretty good roll. It's got Infusion, which replenishes health each time you pick up an Orb of Light. Obviously, you can't have your super at the time. Ashes to Assets gives you bonus super energy on any kind of grenade kill. Heavy Lifting is super energy from heavy weapon kills against minions of the darkness, so PvE only. And of course, it's an Intellect Discipline roll, so it gives you either increased Intellect or increased Discipline. And, whoops, he also has this Ghost over here. It's not a perfect roll, so personally I wouldn't waste 75 legendary marks on it. It is a 58, down from 60. It has Relic Iron Sensor, and gives you additional glimmer when killing Fallen, but I think that there have been much better ghosts available than this one. This week Zavala really doesn't have much at all for the Titans, although he does have a ghost over here. It's a 58 for 75 legendary marks. It's just, yeah. It does have Wormspore Sensor and Reclamation, where you gain additional glimmer when killing Taken, so it's handy like a Taken shell, like the Kingslayer shell. Has the same kind of perk roll, but for 75 legendary marks, I'd steer clear. Akora Ray has these Temporis Flow 4 boots for the Warlocks. They are a 132 roll, so 3 stat points down from 135 max stat on your boots. They're a Discipline Strength roll with Void Double Down handy if you're running that Void Walker subclass, Fusion Rifle or Machine Gun ammo, so you can carry more of either of those, and of course increased Discipline Strength, and that's all she's got this week. For the Hunters, Shaxx has this Cloak of Fast Resolve. While it's not a perfect roll, it's a 59. Again, I wouldn't waste 75 legendary marks on something that is less than a perfect roll, but it does give you increased upgrade for scout rifles, or what else does it have? Rocket launchers, and it also has Crucible Champion. Personally, I wouldn't waste my marks unless you were just wanting to burn them. For the Titans, Shaxx has this Toward the Sky mark. It's a 58. So, you know what I think about that. But it has increased upgrade for scout rifles and, of course, Crucible Champion because it's a Crucible mark. He also has this chest piece down here, which is a mighty fine chest piece, I might say. It's a sorry, just had a mental blank there. It's a 145 down from 147. Okay, so it's 2 stat points down from perfect. Quite a good roll. Discipline Strength. Solar Recovery, Solar Armor, handy if you're running Sunbreakers. With hand cannon ammo or sidearm ammo, you can carry increased either of those, so Particularly handy if you're running a Sunbreaker Titan with, say, that Palindrome, for example, with increased discipline and strength. Over at Dead Orbit, Jirakalal has these boots for the hunters. They are a 130 roll down from 135, so they're 5 stat points down from perfect. They're intellect discipline roll, and you can carry increased fusion rifle ammo or machine gun ammo. They have arc double down, handy if you're running that arc blade subclass, the Blade Dancer, they have increased intellect and discipline, obviously. He also has this ghost down here. It's a 59 roll again, and for 100 legendary marks. That's even more than what you get over at the Vanguard and at Shaxx. Intellect discipline 59. I just can't see this being worthwhile, although it is a decent perk roll with Relic Iron Sensor and Glimmer when killing Cabal, but that's not enough to warrant spending 100 legendary marks, in my opinion. For the Titans, Arak Jalal has the helmet down here, Endling Helm. Not a bad one, at 109, 2 stat points down from perfect, the perfect 111. It has on it Innovation, bonus grenade energy on orb pickup, and Inverse Shadow, increased super energy gained from killing minions of the darkness. That's one of my favourite perks, that one. Any type of kill in PvE, and that will boost your super energy. Heavy lifting is the same perk, but heavy weapon kills only, again in PvE. With an intellect strength roll, you can either increase intellect or strength. Also, we have this chest piece here, the Endling Plate. Again, very good. It's 2 stat points down from perfect, so a 145 intellect discipline roll with arc recovery or arc armor, handy if you're running Striker Titan. Scout rifle ammo or sniper rifle ammo. Again, I like both of those. A lot of people I know run those in Crucible as well. A lot of people like to run those hand cannons, but I like to run scout rifles. Sniper rifles as well, so a good PvE roll. Just if you're running Striker Titan, hey, not as handy in PvE in my opinion. And increased intellect and increased discipline obviously as well. And for the Warlocks, Dead Orbit just has this Endling Bond at a 58, Discipline Strength roll, auto rifle upgrade, and Crucible Reputation. I'd give that one a miss personally. At Future War Cult, Lakshmi 2 really doesn't have much at all on offer, but she does have some things for the Warlocks. So, we have these Eon Tracer legs, the boot armor at a 130 down from 135. For Warlocks, Intellect Discipline, they do have Solar Double Down, Shotgun or Rocket Launcher ammo, so you can carry more of either of those, and of course increased Intellect or increased Discipline. We've also got this chest piece here, which is a pretty good roll. It's a 145 down from 147, seeing a few 145s this week in chest pieces. With Intellect Strength, it has Void Recovery and Void Armor, so handy, especially if you're running that Void Walker subclass. Scout Rifle ammo, Shotgun ammo, you can carry more of either of those, and increased Intellect, increased Strength. And she also has down here this Ghost. It's a 58 for 100 legendary marks. I would give it a miss, but it does have Spin Metal Sensor and Blue Polyphage, where you get additional Glimmer when killing Vex if you really, really are desperate for that Bellicose shell. Over at New Monarchy, Executor Hideous has the High Command groups for the Hunter. They are a 96 roll down from 99, so not a bad roll, 96 down from 99. They have Pulse Rifle Loader, Switchblade, which is that contentious one that I talk about all the time. Does it decrease the melee attack ability cooldown? Does it increase your melee attack speed? No one really knows. It used to be increased melee attack speed, then they changed the perk about House of Wolves time, and it's never changed since. Momentum Transfer, gain bonus melee energy on grenade hits, and of course it is a Discipline Strength roll, so you can increase either one of those. He also has this helmet for the Hunters, the High Command Mask. it is a 108 roll, down from 111, 3 stat points down from max. So really good roll. The downside here from my point of view is I don't really like this perk roll. The Better Already gives you shield recovery as soon as you pick up an orb. Hands-on is melee kills. It gives you bonus super energy from melee kills on minions of the darkness only. And heavy lifting is the same but with heavy weapon kills. And of course discipline strength. It doesn't have any of the perks that I personally look for on a helmet for a hunter. I'd like Infusion here and Inverse Shadow here. They're my two favourites. Heavy lifting I could get away with on raids because I do a lot of heavy weapon kills. But otherwise, not really the kind of helmet I'm after. He also has this ghost down here, the Senator Shell. It's a 58, so really not that great, and certainly not worth spending 100 legendary marks in my opinion, but it does fit the 12 tier category. It has Spirit Bloom Sensor, and it also has Reclamation, where you get additional glimmer from killing Taken. For the Titans, New Monarchy has these High Command Greaves at a 131 roll, so they are 4 stat points down from Perfect. Intellect Strength, they have Void Double Down, Sniper Rifle Ammo, Rocket Launcher Ammo, so you can carry increased either of those, so they're quite handy boots. I like to switch between Sniper and Rocket Launchers for most raids, that sort of thing is handy, or swords, I tend to run that kind of thing. And of course increased intellect and increased strength. The speaker this week has almost nothing at all in the 12 tier category. However, for the Warlocks, he has this one Stormcaller's Bond at a 59 intellect discipline roll, 75 legendary marks, just not worth it, but it does have upgrade for hand cannons and of course Vanguard champion if you really need a Stormcaller's Bond. Over in the Reef, Variks doesn't have much on offer for the Hunters. He has one item here, the Kel's Cloak, which is a 58. I don't recommend grabbing 58s, as you know, but it does fall into the 12 tier category, so I feel obligated to show you. It's a Discipline Strength roll, Hand Cannon upgrade, and Vanguard champion. For the Titans, Variks has 2 items of interest, but really only one is worth looking at in my opinion. The first is this King's Mark at a 58 roll. For a legendary engram 5000 glimmer, hey, you might entertain that. It's a discipline strength roll, upgrade rate for auto rifles, and of course Vanguard champion. But really, the one you want to look at is this Kel's Mark here. It's a perfect roll, discipline strength, perfect 60, 25, 35, upgrade rate for scout rifles, and also sidearms with, of course, Vanguard champion, increased discipline strength. Certainly worth getting, and if you're looking for a House of Wolves style mark for your Titan, then I'd grab that one. And finally, for the Warlocks, Variks has a couple of things on offer here. This King's Bond is a perfect roll, discipline strength, with upgrades for the scout rifle or shotguns, with of course Vanguard champion and increased discipline or strength, and a slightly lesser valuable Kel's Bond at a 58. If you were going for any of these, obviously the King's Bond is the pick of them. 58 discipline strength with, again, Vanguard champion, scout rifle, and shotgun focus. So that is everything that is on offer in terms of 12 tiers this week. I hope you got something out of this video, Guardians. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to give it the thumbs up, this video. You can catch me on Twitter, on Twitch, and on Instagram, BoylerRoom81, as it is up there in the top right hand corner. Thanks for watching, Guardians. I'll see you next time.